Today I'm gonna show you something that maybe if you're new to the game, you didn't know that Barbarian can actually do some AFK farming. And we're gonna go through the skills, and since it's so easy to pretty much set up, and all you actually need to do, it is pick a spot that has maybe like 2 or 3 packs around you, you stand still and enjoy your AFK farm loot. So let's go into the skills. For the skills, all we actually need, it is gonna be the Undying Rage. You're not gonna use anything else because, to be honest, you cannot use skills. Whenever you see like these barbarians AFK farming and they are putting the chains and the autos and all these things, well, those are bots. That's an illegal way. They are using third-party things. Like, don't use that. That's like a shady thing. You might get banned because of that. But this, it is completely fine. All you're doing is standing in the same place, and whenever the mobs come to you, well, you're pretty much just gonna reflect damage and killing them. Now the answers, the only answers that you actually need is gonna be this helmet, the grinning effigy. This one pretty much is gonna tell you that whenever you're taking damage during the Undying Rage state, you're gonna be able to start counter-attacking all the nearby enemies. So if you ever get to a point like this, that your life goes to 0 and then you trigger your Undying Rage, during all that time you're gonna be reflecting damage and pretty much killing everything. But this is not the only way that you actually do damage. There is also other ways that we can actually do that. So now going here into the set items, this is a very important part because I'm gonna tell you exactly how can you actually go and sustain yourself, and this is thankful to the 6 pieces urge, the bonus that it says here that every time you buff yourself, you are actually gonna create an area that is gonna start healing you. So if you see here right now, we have this healing area. Most of you guys probably have the set items for the Vanguard, so you can also use it here. But you may be wondering, oh, Indez, but if we're not using buffs, how can I actually proc this? Well, it's very simple. So because we are using the 2 pieces mountebanks, whenever you take damage, you get a shield. The shield, it is considered a buff, and because of that buff, we actually triggered the 6 pieces Vitus Urge, and like this, we are able to sustain ourselves for a very long time. We got like some self-healing, we also got some reflect damage and all these things. So now moving on into the Awaken Slots, the only Awaken Slot that you need on this build, it is pretty much your headpiece, because you want to go and get the maximal cooldown reduction that you can on your Undying Rage, because like as I showed you, if you're always in a state of Undying Rage, and if your Undying Rage pretty much is always up, you're never gonna die, and that's what we want. We want your Barbarian to stay still during the night and pretty much kill everything. Now going into the legendary gems, I will say that pretty much any legendary gem will most likely works, but there are a few that even if you have it at the rank 1, they will be very nice. And these ones are obviously some 5 stars that they do like instant damage. For example, we have the Sapphire Shard. I have it rank 1 that whenever you deal damage, so because we're gonna reflect damage, this is gonna like create like a shower of meteors and do a lot of damage to these targets. We have the Stormbolt that is gonna create a tornado around us. We have the Running Consequence that's gonna pretty much create like burning explosions. Then we have Maw of the Deep that pretty much just gonna come like a creature from like below and just hit them. Then we have the Morning Skull that whenever you have this buff, you start also attacking people around you. And last but not least, we also have here the Void Spark that is gonna create like a chain lightning around us and pretty much just gonna start killing everything. However, pretty much any DPS or dot gem will work. You don't really need like any specific gems to make this work, as long as you have like some poison, maybe some Viper's Bite, maybe like some Pain Clasp, a Berserker Eye, like pretty much anything that you slot it in will make it work. But if you have these 5 stars, obviously they will take the advantage, because as you see, every 20 seconds they gonna proc, and they pretty much just gonna clean up all the packs. Now let's go here into the Warband. Well, the Warband, it is only gonna be 1 because you still want to survive. So because of that, you always want to go here with a Protector. It's gonna give you some block chance, gonna give some damage reduction, an extra shield, and it's also gonna give you some extra life. Here the movement speed and increase size doesn't really matter, but it's really nice for you to just survive a bit better. Then we also gonna go here into the Paragon. Obviously, whenever you are doing this kind of like AFK farm, there's only 2 things that you probably want. You want to have a bit more gear dropping, and you want to have more XP and more gold, so take the top row because it's really nice. And also maybe here the exorcism for 5% more damage. When it comes to the legendary skill, I am using the lightning rod. If you're using dots like Viper's Bite, Everlasting Tournament, Sweeping Bile, and all these things, you can also select here the Dead's Release. Pretty much you can never go wrong with this because like anything will actually just work. Now going here into the runes. Well, when it comes to the runes, there is like pretty much like two that you really want to have. One, it is like the tier, so improves your beneficial effect duration, and the other one is gonna be the seed. These two are very good because one is gonna extend the duration of your Undying Rage and all your legendary gems, and the other one is pretty much just gonna make that you explode the packs. Anything else is completely fine. Obviously, if you have the zoo for the critical hit chance, it is gonna be awesome, but it is not like really required. Now going here into the Reforge sets. For the Reforge sets, it's pretty much like the same as you use through all like the PvE builds. We are using the damage to demons, attack speed, duration to beneficial effect duration, critical hit damage, and all skill damage or damage to loss of control. Anything, once again, will pretty much work. And there is also another thing that it is not here on the checklist, but I'm gonna add up, which is something that is actually fundamental for this to also work. So as I told you, we are using the 2 pieces mountebanks, and whenever you have a shield, and if you have the nettled curse set item, you're gonna see that after you gain a shield for the next 6 seconds, every time that you get hit, you will also counter attack, dealing 40% of the damage to nearby enemies. So this is extremely good because like this is another way that you can counter attack and proc your legendary gems, and all your damage, it is based on this. You just take damage, you tank it like a big tank, you reflect damage, and with this you're gonna proc your legendary gems and pretty much kill everything. So if you guys see here, during all this time, I am pretty much here while recording. I'm standing still in the same spot. I got like 1, 2, or 3 packs around me. They have like some fast spawn rate. There are like so many places around the world that you can actually just do this. You can also try to do this as a party. It also works. But Barbarian has a specific thing because like you need to let the mobs come to you because you're not attacking the mobs. So as a Barbarian, you kind of want to have a spot where you are alone and you're pretty much not having anyone bothering you. Otherwise, it's just probably gonna ruin your farm. So to finalize, let me put here the final checklist. I'm gonna start doing the checklist so you guys know exactly what you should go for. First one, Undying Rage, the skill. That's all you need. The helmet, the greening effigy, the answers. You only need the helmet, the greening for the Undying Rage to reflect the damage. 6 pieces Vitus and 2 pieces mountebanks for your green set items. Nettle curse set. If you have the 6 pieces, awesome. And then always try to prioritize instant damage gems, Morn Skull, Void Spark, Starfire, Running Consequence, Stormvault, like anything that will just like create some instant damage will be actually great. So you can just go and clear all your packs. If you don't have any of them because you're new to the game, don't worry, just slot it in anything that's gonna give you damage or a dot and you're completely fine. So guys, I hope this guide was helpful. I hope it's also gonna help a lot of you Barbarians that you know, like you're always looking at these necromancers like, oh my god, I wish I could do this. Well, I thought exactly the same, and this is actually something new for me. I am also certain that a lot of veterans, they know this. I know that, so don't judge me a lot if I didn't know. It is what it is. I'm always excited to go and share things to help the Barbarian community. So Barb gang, stay strong. Thank you for watching. Drop cheese in the comments so I know that you guys are the legend. Keep getting the channel, and I'll see you guys on the live stream. Peace.